I've been on record multiple times saying that one of the things I'm excited about most when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND is the new bosses they will be adding to the game, plus the new experiences we'll be having fighting some of the graveyard bosses with different characters. Kingdom Hearts 3 desperately needed this because most of the post-game content in Kingdom Hearts 3, unlike 1, 2, or even Birth by Sleep, isn't comprised of fights, but more so mini-games and synth grinding, which is fun in its own right, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to post-game for any action game, what I want more of is, well, you know, action. Dark Inferno is a super fun boss fight, but doesn't quite quench my thirst for post-game action. Not because I hate the boss, but because I wanted more like him. Kingdom Hearts 3, as I've said already, severely lacks in post-game fights. So us who really like combat for Kingdom Hearts to the point where we do level 1 challenges or Kingdom Hearts roulettes, proud plug, then we are forced to have multiple saves for in-game fights rather than just being allowed to have one save like we did for previous titles, which wouldn't be as big of a deal if I had more than 9 save files, which is an entirely different can of worms I've already opened in a separate video. That one issue I have in the lack of post-game fights is 100% confirmed to be fixed in Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, which I am so happy to say. That was one of the things I was screaming about when reacting to the Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND trailers. Now, we don't know what all the bosses are going to be, though I have high hopes because Osaka has designed great bosses before, like Final Xehanort, Triple Xehanort, Dark Inferno, Zodiac Aqua, and the Keyblade Graveyard fights are extremely fun also. Based off of the short clips we saw of the most recent Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND trailer as well, they seem to be completely remaking some of the Keyblade Graveyard fights, making them solo fights like a decent amount of people wanted the option for, while also pretty much reinventing them from what it seems. These clips are very short, so we don't know if the changes are slight or if the whole fight is different. Though I have a feeling that these fights will be very promising and just what the customer ordered. Now, we don't know if these are data fights or something completely new, though that's basically what they seem to be, so for the sake of less confusion, I'll just be calling them data fights going forward. So the data fights we got to see sneak peeks of were Xigbar and Vanitas, and series director Tetsuo Nomura is on record saying that they want to aim for the same amount of bosses as we had in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, which was the entire Organization 13 and Lingering Will, even including members that hadn't been featured in the game before. In Kingdom Hearts 3, you fight every single Seeker of Darkness in the game, so making all of them solo fights is a pretty large sum of work, if they are doing so to the extent that I'm guessing. We are also confirmed a secret boss as well, as part of the secret episode that will be coming in Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, and we have 0 hints and only guesses as to who that could be. There are a lot of things to look forward to in ReMIND, and the bosses are definitely one of those things at the top of my list. Another thing I have a list of, though, is new bosses I would like to see in Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND that we haven't seen yet in trailers. And starting that list off would be Young Xehanort. Now, Young Xehanort has a very interesting history when it comes to bosses in the Kingdom Hearts series, being first fightable in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep as the notorious mysterious figure, yeah, those were not fun times. Then being the endgame boss in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance as Riku.
Hard stop.
You also had him a part of the triple Xehanort fight in Kingdom Hearts 3.
King Mickey! Is this the end of your journey?
Yeah, I don't think young Xehanort has had a fight that wasn't extremely annoying. It's really hard to get around that, to be honest too, considering his element, or his boss's theme rather. Though for some reason I love torturing myself in Kingdom Hearts games, so why not give him a data battle? I feel like he would have the most unique and coolest one. Just imagine this boss being a mix of his mysterious figure fight and his dream job distance fight. I know those bosses are notorious, though this is Kingdom Hearts 3 we're talking about here. I'm sure in this engine, in this day and age, what was once probably an overly ambitious boss can shine on his own, since mechanics are a lot more refined nowadays. Plus, Sora and young Xehanort haven't quite had a true 1v1 yet, so it'd be interesting to see. Young Xehanort has always been a treasure to see in the Kingdom Hearts series, and it makes me very happy that he'll likely continue to have a role in the future. Another character I'd love to see get a fight that I'm super excited for is Marluxia, a Marluxia data battle to be exact. I feel like his fight with Larxene in Kingdom Hearts 3 was extremely fun, though it takes a lot to beat Marluxia's fight from Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. But Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND's potential Marluxia fight could. We know that Loriam, however you pronounce it, is going to continue to have a huge presence in the Kingdom Hearts series come the next saga, or at least we can guess that based off of sheer context clues. I can imagine his fight being like some super fast-paced version of his Kingdom Hearts 2 fight maybe, give him back some of his classic moves from Kingdom Hearts 2, like the black hole thingies, though most importantly, reinvent him, make him completely unique compared to his other fights, so he really leaves a lasting impression going into the next saga. So what better way to get some hype for him than by having him in another fight in Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND. Next up will be the last major one regarding present bosses becoming data fights, that being the old man himself, Master Xehanort. Now, personally, Master Xehanort is my favorite final boss in the entire Kingdom Hearts series, specifically the actual final fight with the Rage Form segment, though a fight that I also loved but wished was a little less gimmicky was Armored Xehanort. This fight was an absolute epic boss, and the actual boss himself isn't the annoying part, it's the arena you're in. 1 second you're in an arena where you're hovering in the air constantly, next second you're underwater, and then the next you're forced to hover in the air. It's just a weird fight, and it's not necessarily hard either. It was really cool the first time around, but going back and replaying the game, while it's still a very fun fight, I do wish there was a version of that fight where I was just fighting him straight up, not constantly switching different phases that completely change how the fight is played. Just a straight up fight. Similar to how for Final Xemnas data battles they added the 1v1 fight with Sora and also additionally added the fight with Riku, they could do that sort of thing for Final Xehanort. Have his armored fight in the beginning and the other one after. Though the armored Xehanort fight is a pretty lengthy one, so I wouldn't be surprised if they kept that fight exclusive to the story playthrough and just decided to pump Master Xehanort with the super boss juice. I'd be fine with either one though, because personally I love both of those fights. To be honest, Master Xehanort in Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably the least gimmicky a final boss has ever been in the Kingdom Hearts series. I definitely don't have fond memories of Xemnas Dragon, though if there was a chance to change up the Armored Xehanort fight, then I honestly believe now would be the best time to do so. I'm not expecting them to change up the story playthrough of the fight, specifically the data battle, for further enjoyment, because I see a lot of potential in that boss and I find his moveset very interesting. That's why I want a data battle of him in the first place. If they can even expand that moveset and make the fight a little bit more streamlined, then I think that fight could be absolutely amazing. Better than amazing. It could be one of my favorites. Moving into the more wishful thinking area though, I'm constantly, in my mind, thinking about how a Yozora secret boss may play out. In my eyes, It's between him and the Master of Masters for the spot of secret boss in this game. He looks like way too cool of a character combat wise for me to not want to fight him. I've made multiple videos talking about Xehanort, and honestly, I will never get tired of it because he just looks way too cool. He looks like someone who could be on par with Sora, both in terms of speed and strength. Like, just look at this man. Xehanort is one of the many mysteries coming out of Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm sure he has a bigger role than a lot of us are speculating, and I'm sure people would be a lot more interested in him if his secret boss is not just great, but legendary. Now, this is something that is likely being saved for the next saga. The more and more I think about it, though, I hate waiting, so why not put them in Kingdom Hearts 3? Don't worry, I'm joking. Well, kind of, you'll see what I mean. Even before Kingdom Hearts 3, ever since Key back cover, I've always wanted to fight the Foretellers. We've already gotten to fight them multiple times in Union Cross, but come on, that's Union Cross. I want to fight them in that Unreal Engine 4, in that Kingdom shader. I know they can do it. They do have models of the Foretellers from Key back cover, and that game uses the same engine as Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm sure it's possible, but will they do it is the question. Now, I don't care which foreteller we fight, I just would like to fight one of them, and my reasoning is pretty simple. I think it would be cool. I am widely interested in the foretellers, and I've been so interested in them ever since watching or following Key Browser all the way back in 2015 and before. Though to go a little bit more in depth, I believe that this will be the perfect sneak peek into what the next saga may offer in terms of an antagonist. Now, I'm a little mixed as to whether the foretellers are truly villains, though they definitely aren't completely on the good side. But I still think them as bosses could be really cool, and I think it's one of the most highly requested like enemies or characters to become bosses in the Kingdom Hearts series. So many people want to fight the foretellers, and I think honestly in ReMIND you could make Kingdom Hearts 3, you could solidify Kingdom Hearts 3's legacy by doing that. But if they don't put them in this game, then that's fine. Honestly, that would just make the next game even better. That's going to about do it for bosses I'd want super bad for ReMIND. I kept the list short, though that doesn't mean there aren't more bosses I like to see. I'm just confident that no matter what the bosses are, and whether they are what I picked or not, that I'll be satisfied. Though I already enjoyed the game so much as it was, and just the simple confirmation that more was coming was fine for me. Though a little bit of speculation is always super fun, and it's also another excuse to talk about my favorite series, like come on. Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND honestly is looking like it could be the best final mix quote yet. Though of course we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know what you'd want to see the most out of Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND's bosses. I always enjoy reading the comments because you guys always have some very unique ideas when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. It's always really nice to get those different perspectives in. Though that will about do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.